Are we ready to be great? Yes, we are. Just look at this crazy bunch of idiots. I mean, not that I'm including myself.
And I hope you're not including your wife either. And you can't include Sweet, so it's just me.
Thank God we figured that one out. And yes, you're right. All right, Sweets, do us, Sweets, do us.
Hello and welcome to the Tub, Maui's Hot Talk Celebrity Show on the Tub today. We welcome executive producer of the Tub radio and TV personality who yet again is not here, Michael McCartney.
He'll be here, Michael.
Along with myself, blues singer, performer, and TV radio personality, Sweet Mama Dee.
I want to meet that lady.
Hey, our co-producer, Michal John, and our director of TV, Carl Rosie. Hey, hi, Carl.
Hi, Carl. Hi.
Should open the blinds, Carl. We can see you.
No, don't open the blinds.
Don't open the blinds. Our special guest today on the Tub is singer-songwriter and Maui musical storyteller, Kimo Nevius.
Hello.
Yes.
And it's time to rub-a-dub-dub and jump in the tub. And here's your host, Larry John.
How much better does it get than that? All right, I'm excited to be here. You can probably tell.
No.
And I didn't even have coffee. Boy, if I'd had coffee.
Can you tell?
All right. No, it's great. It's great to be here. We got a big show. I don't know if you noticed on Twitter, Kimo, I called you internationally renowned author.
You did, and I am internationally renowned, so you weren't lying.
I thought I was.
It was 100% true, because I have friends that live in different countries.
There you go. Friends.
Well, there you go. You're
no strangers,
Somebody
but
knows you.
I send checks in various different foreign currencies to folks.
All right, this is show number 224. Tub radio shows. That's a lot of shows.
That is a lot of shows.
We've done a lot. Most shows like this are canceled within the first couple of weeks. I know. I only lasted 3 weeks on Manao Radio. All right, so you can reach us on Twitter at @TheLarryJohn, or you can call us at 877. No, that's not the number anymore. What is it?
873-3435.
3435. There you go. Wow, you need to change that. Follow us on Facebook, and you can find us mainly everywhere. Our TV show is seen on Channel 55 on Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. We always pause for this. Where's that tiger? Where's that tiger? Where's that tiger? Where's the tiger? Yeah, baby. Where's the tiger? Why, I'm right here.
I'm gonna reiterate my offer to write a theme song for this show.
I love
You
this.
really need to do
I will
that.
do it for you.
For free. Come on.
Shut up.
For less than free. I'll give you money.
Our TV show, Channel 55, is Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Akaku 55, and Saturdays, tomorrow night at midnight. And you can go online to MauiTVNradio.com where you can find all of our shows. You can go to TuneIn. We got a big channel there. It's called the Tub Radio Station. And this show that you're hearing right now, well, the band's back. The show
Might
that
want to
you
give them a break.
that you're hearing right now will be rebroadcast right here on KAKU 88.5, the voice of Maui, at 8 a.m. All right, enough of this business. And tell the band to leave. They can take a break.
Yeah, you're getting thirsty.
All right, so, yeah.
A little winded.
Want to remind everybody that we are taping right now, shooting Tub TV Live. And Carl Rosiski is sitting out. I've never been able to say his name. Is sitting outside, but I like his name.
It's cute.
Is sitting outside directing this here show, and we're happy to have him here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a few little things that I wanted to get through, and then we'll get into the show. Wait a minute.
Oh, well,
we are into the show. All right.
That's what it always is, isn't it? We're just going to get through one more thing.
But before we get started,
Before we get
McCartney, son of a...
Did you get a haircut?
Oh, my goodness.
He just patted me on the butt. Did you see that?
He's
And he
really...
didn't miss.
Would you tell him to come back and do it again?
He's in
He
fine
missed-
form today, isn't
Oh,
he?
here he goes. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'll do that all
A
day.
little frisky, Michael.
Okay, so he did come back.
There we go.
Man, what a guy! What a guy! Be careful! Be careful! All right, so
Why is it okay for football players to do it on national television in front of 80 million viewers plus?
yeah,
But if you just do it in regular life, people question you.
you got a
you-
Well, it
haircut.
depends
Have
on
you
when.
seen
No,
those
it's
butts?
a side comb.
I'd do it.
No, you got a
I
haircut.
would.
No.
No, you
Yeah,
did
you
get a
did.
haircut.
You're totally
Yeah, you
trimmed in the
did.
back.
Yeah, you.
Oh no!
your
What
neck.
happened while I was sleeping?
I was gonna say.
I can see your neck. I know
All
you
right,
got
so
a
we got to get through some business here. I wanted to thank everybody. Now I had a birthday
Yes, you
on Monday.
Happy
my-
birthday to
Ah,
you.
shut up.
Happy
And
birthday to you.
I'm a little sick of this.
Happy birthday, dear Larry. Happy birthday to you.
That was pretty good singing, but it's not what I wanted to have. So
Too late.
if there's anything that I hate,
Yes.
I hate my birthday, and I hate like Father's Day. Because then you have to be really nice to your kids. They have to call because they feel the duty
Correct.
to do this. It's not that they love
Said
you.
duty
No.
on the radio.
I said duty. But it was
Okay, McCartney, you can go home now.
no, it was it was quite a birthday, and I was a little surprised
What?
because
New socks?
wasn't new socks. You know, I haven't worn socks in God.
Ever?
You
I don't know. I seem
rebelled.
to
10
remember
years?
last
10
year's birthday
years?
was pretty cool. I remember you were all excited about your peanut butter brittle and
Ooh.
Yeah, that
eating-
you brought to me
eating in your underwear.
in the middle of the night.
Yum.
I was laying there asleep in the middle of the night. McCartney leaves me brittle, but that's a whole other story.
Larry,
Brittle.
Larry,
Yeah.
hey,
leaves you
Larry.
brittle.
Yeah.
I'll just leave this on the
I
ground.
knew you were there. I just didn't want to talk to you. All right. So, but I got well over. It was close to 200. It was over. It was birthday wishes on Facebook.
Yes, you did.
I don't like people. So when I get these friends, the so-called friends, I don't know how to take it.
You didn't like my greeting?
I did like your greeting. That was kind of special.
Even Mark Zuckerberg
Yes.
put together a video for you.
Twice.
Like, wow.
Yeah. Mark. Yeah.
You guys go way back.
He loves me. So I want to thank all my friends for wishing me a happy birthday. It was a good one, but I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve anything like that. But
you did.
hey, no, I didn't. And then some of the things they said were really nice. I had to look to see if they were talking about me.
They
You
say
know,
your friends.
because I didn't relate to what they were saying. All right, I want to let everybody know that Michael and I, my wife Michael and I, have really done it again. Now, if you remember, we talked about
Really? Another baby?
Wow.
Oops, I
What a
did
lovely
it
way
again.
to say you love
Tell me
me.
no. What do you know that
You know, I
don't?
just want to. I want to. That's a great visual. I want to think about
You'll
that.
do anything to get on the cover of the National Enquirer, won't you?
We watched Sharknado, as you remember. Watched all 4 of the episodes, but this week.
with the grandkids.
But this week we watched a new movie that I'd never seen before, and we watched 2 of them because there's only 2. And you remember what it's called?
Lavalantula.
Yeah, Lavalantula.
And two
Have you ever heard of that?
You got me on that one. I have not
Yeah.
seen that.
Lavatulantula.
McCartney on one?
Oh man, and it's with a
okay.
lot of the cast from the Police Academy.
Really?
Yeah, and they do a lot of the same shtick that they did on there. But it is really funny. But who was the guy that is the star of it? Do you remember who it is? He oh my gosh, he was like in three Men and a Baby. The younger
Guttenberg.
kid. Is that? Yeah,
No,
that's who.
was that who that
That's
was?
who it was. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he was in the police academy.
Exactly. He was in Police Academy and he was in 3 Men and a Baby.
But you know, he's looking pretty darn old now.
Yeah, because we
Aren't we all?
Okay, we're catching up.
We are.
I mean,
yeah.
McCartney accepted.
Yeah. Every time I look in the mirror, I say, "What's my grandpa doing there?"
Get out of the way.
Anyway, I'm just going to
Grandpa.
highly recommend that you see
Don't watch
the
it.
Lavalantula. How do you say it?
Lavalantula.
Lavalantula.
And tulantula.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's absolutely
No.
incredible how bad a movie can be, and you watch it and you look forward to it. It's just absolutely horrid, but I loved it. I
Call to
I
action,
thought it
but
was
thanks.
great. Anyway,
Exactly.
it's Did
Do
we
my
watch,
nails
did
that
we
day.
watch
Whatever
that?
day it is, I'm washing my hair.
That's a good one. Yeah. Now, last night at 1:11, I get a text from Michael McCartney. Now, I'm like you, Sweets. I sleep irregular.
Right.
You know, you sleep some, you get up
up,
some,
do
you
some.
sleep some.
Larry's like Les Paul. I used to listen to the Joey Reynolds show. Every morning around 1 o'clock East Coast time, Les Paul would call Joey Reynolds on his way to the bathroom.
Really?
So I know Larry's get up moments.
Getting up.
You know my get up moment?
That's a friendship.
Oh, that's a whole nother subject.
Giddy up, giddy up.
So thank you. So anyway, I get this text. Was it a text or messenger? It was one or the other. Anyway,
I don't have Messenger.
It says, you don't?
Do not.
I think you do.
I don't.
I'm pretty sure you do.
All right.
Here,
Continue the story.
I'll even show this to Sweet. She can confirm. It's just a Facebook app. I have no Messenger.
Has no messenger on.
Oh, really?
Moving right along.
Footloose and fancy
He's the
free.
other producer.
You know, it's not your duty to move this show along.
He
My
said duty.
I know. I heard it.
Michael told me.
I heard you on the radio this morning, by the way.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. So he says, "Hey, Larry, you want to do some shtick for me with my my new, not new, but my morning show that he does on 100.7,
Right.
which, by the way, great station, fantastic station.
I love it.
Have you listened to
All
it?
the time.
Signal's good, sounds good, the music's good. McCartney's great in the mornings.
Yeah, when you start to go past Bully's Burgers, you go past Ulapalakua, it's like all the Maui radio stations vanish, but My 100 is there.
It's
till
there.
like
That's a
almost to Kaupo. I'm like, yeah.
That's a tight station. I mean, it's clean. And
yet it doesn't stream.
So here we are.
Yep.
1:30. I'm in my boxer shorts, barely.
Too much
and-
information, but thank you.
Barely. So is that Michael's fault?
Hey.
I'm downstairs in the studio, and we are doing an interview for the morning show at 1:30. All right, and
And it was all about chemo.
it was. We talked about you.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, no.
Knowing full
You
well
don't-
that I can't listen to the station.
And no,
They got you there.
No.
Yeah.
We said really nice things about you, which surprised me because I have nothing nice to say about you. But it was
I'm
a lot of fun, and it was a good. I thought
Stop touching me.
I can't stop that. So I just want to thank you for letting me do that. I had to go out in my car because you guys don't stream, do you?
No.
No, that's
We're
sick.
so special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to hear what we do, you got to
You
do it the
gotta get in
old-fashioned
your car.
way.
So here I am. I've just had my director's meeting for my advertising agency. Those guys in Arizona,
guys.
and so I walk out to my car in my BVDs.
It's Arizona's Madison Avenue.
And yeah, I'm listening to McCartney now. Tanya is on the show.
Yeah.
Is she on the show all the time?
Yeah.
Wow,
Her.
she sounds really good.
She does.
But I thought our interview sounded good. My mic was a little bassy. I thought it was too bassy.
You're a basic guy.
But I'm a basic
Yes.
kind of guy. But no, the interview was really
about
good.
that
Now
bass?
I started telling Michael about the interview, and I told her how great it was, and then I told her specifics, and she says that doesn't sound very good. She did. She said,
She's never been wrong before.
"So you didn't get any complaints though, did
Oh,
you?"
of course we did.
Oh,
What did
Damn
you
it.
think?
that's too bad. Yeah, I was underselling. I undersold, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It was your 1
I
a.m.
said-
voice.
Yeah.
I don't want to wake up Michael.
I said there's no reason anyone would listen to this show. No reason
You
at all.
always say that.
To this show.
Well, there isn't. There isn't a reason. I can't think of a reason. It's the most boring show. And then
And we
Michael-
brought up the
but
fact
my-
that why would even Kimo do the show?
I know.
Why would he?
Such a talented young man.
Talented and intelligent.
He's here.
And
some
yet
part
here
of
I
him,
am.
Yeah. Some part of him is an idiot. That's
I bet you've lost
We
count,
already-
right?
we
You don't
es-
even know how many times you've done this show, right?
That's correct.
See, that's
Be
sad.
thankful.
That is sad.
Don't start
We already
counting.
established that I'm the idiot in the room today.
That was easy. And so, but anyway, we talked about, and then he says, well, tell us, McCartney's interviewing me, right? Tell us some of the great celebrities you've had on the show. And I said, not one.
Ow.
Thanks.
And when I told that to Michael, because I thought that was a laugh line,
Funny? It's not.
she cringed and went, you didn't say that.
I believe it was more like, hey, tell us about some of your favorite guests on the show.
I said,
They were all horrible.
yeah, they were terrible. And he said,
I didn't like any of them.
so why should you listen to the show? You shouldn't. I said, it's a boring show. It's a very boring show. Now, sometimes we have a good show, but not very often. That's
There's
what I
5
said.
of us here now, including
Yeah.
the director,
Is
which
this
makes
a
6.
show?
We're
Yeah.
all pretty bored.
Pretty bored. Did you hear Carl?
I heard that.
We got Carl.
Whoa, we got him.
This is going to be scintillating television, folks.
Anyway.
Scintillating.
Now, am I allowed to say wood on the air?
Sure, you can say wood.
What is with this wood here, with holding the console?
Well,
They're small, tiny.
Tiny wood, Larry. It's like little Lair.
Oh.
it's big Lair, and stop it.
You always correct that.
Yes, because I have to for my own ego. So no, my mixer board went down. Power supply or something went out, and
Sorry to hear that.
so they brought this little tiny thing in
Yes,
here,
it has.
and but it's not big like I like them.
Was there always a hole underneath the desk? Was that why?
No,
this wood is here?
Shaggy he carved a hole. He put a hole there,
Okay.
but now I had to put wood over it because the hole was. See, this conversation shouldn't have happened on the air.
I'm so glad I'm here today.
Oh.
All right,
Of all
anyway,
the days to pick.
it's working.
He made a hole, had to
It's
put wood
working.
over it.
Nobody
All
knows the
right,
difference.
let's
Okay.
go.
Is that
Now
big enough for you to
you're
get? If we remove this wood,
There's a
are you?
hole.
Can you slide into this hole? It looks like it's a Larry space.
You know what?
I got. The camera's not going to see this.
I don't.
Michael?
I don't want to
want
drop
you to
on your toe.
Don't touch that.
Michael.
Yeah.
Don't touch that
Don't
wood.
touch my wood.
Don't touch it.
All right. One other thing. Now, this is kind of business. This is serious. I've put their press release about something that Sweet's going to be doing tomorrow night, right?
Yes, I
Tomorrow
am.
night, the election thing.
I won't be alone.
Look for it there. There we go. And why don't you just read that almost verbatim? Go.
Akaku is to host the primary election night party broadcast, 2016 voting results live on television. That's right, the Boob Tube. Also on KAKU 88.5 FM,
Right
this
here.
very radio station. It's going to be live streamed on the web as well. Now, Akaku Maui Community Media presents this live coverage, and it's starting tomorrow on a giant outdoor screen at Akaku Center on Dairy Road. That's 330.
Have you ever been here
333
for
Dairy
that?
Road.
It's really kind of spectacular
Yeah,
out
it
there.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love staring at big screens in broad daylight. But
This
it
is
will
a
be
night.
it'll be
It's
at
a
it'll be
night.
at 6 p.m. because we all know Kahului gets dark. Meanwhile, in Kaanapali, we're like, it's 7:15. We're still looking at the sun. I don't know what it is about the West Maui Mountains that makes Wailuku so dark.
No editorial. Just read it, would you?
Anyway, it's going to start at 6 o'clock and go all the way until the winners are declared. So, Sweets, enjoy 4 a.m.
No, I'm out of here.
The station will broadcast up-to-the-minute results from all the local races on cable channels 53, 54, and 55.
So it
is
starts at what
medium.
time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Wow. That is going to be a
Right
long,
when the polls close.
long
Now,
night.
just
Now,
to-
what if you're in there still in the polling station at 6:15?
No,
They
there's a
close
big
the door.
hook like vaudeville. They just
Yeah.
pull you right out.
That's
all,
So,
folks.
anyway, it's going to stream on www.akaku.org.
Yeah.
And hosts Kathy Collins and Jeff King will track the election results that they've done in the past from the polls with expert analysis and commentary by Dick Mayer of the Kula Community Association,
Cool.
Maui Councilwoman Gladys Basia, and political advisor Lawrence Arnaselli.
Yes.
Do you know Larry?
Yes.
He's an interesting guy.
Indeed.
Akaku's own Chivo Ching Johnson. I used to work with this dude.
Yeah.
Long time ago. This was a radio guy.
I just saw him this morning. He was just right here in the doorway.
Did he say hello to you?
No, he doesn't know
Of course,
me.
yeah, he doesn't know.
Said
you.
hi to me, though.
Yeah, he doesn't like me.
And of course, my favorite journalist, Anu Yagi. She's going to be interviewing candidates, citizens, community leaders, and Maui Nui's most notable personalities. Of course, I'm not going to be there, and Kimo's not going to be there. So
But
it's going to be at the special stage outside the station. Shaggy Jenkins of KAKU will
we
be
just like saying his
Just
name.
stop.
Just Shaggy Jenkins.
He's going to be broadcasting outside as well and mixing it up with the crowd, and the public's invited to come on down. So if you're
Yeah.
listening, come join us from the broadcast
That in
or
itself
watch us at home.
is a reason to stay home.
Well, there's going to be food and refreshments, not just my Sprite
And sweets.
Chang.
And sweets.
and sweets.
And Sweets will be here.
Oh, not only me.
That's
There will
good.
be
Suzanne's going to
Suzanne
be here,
Cayenne
too.
and Allie from the Friday Night Frights.
Right. She's a great gal,
Yes,
too.
she is.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, well, we did our public service announcement. Not that we needed to, because I did that right out of my joyous heart for everyone to know. But I
'Cause
think
you don't
it's
need
kind
to
of cool.
promote.
They
But I
paid
won't
you
be
how
here.
much?
I won't be here. I turned down everybody. They wanted us to be TV hosts.
Right.
I said, no, I don't want to do that. They want us to be radio hosts. I said, what are you kidding? Nobody's going to listen to me talk about the elections, But
And
I
that's
did.
why they brought in Anu Yagi.
But I
Hey.
did buy a barbecue
barbecue,
for
yes.
them, sitting right there.
Should we bring that in for the cameras?
Just take my word for it.
Tony Midnight, are you out there?
There's a but.
Roll in that barbecue.
Don't roll it in. Tony.
Roll that barbecue.
Roll that barbecue. Roll that barbecue. All right, let's do this. We are going to take a quick break.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh,
Really? Before
He's bringing it in.
Oh my
We got
God.
the music.
Gotta have music for a
I'll
barbecue.
be tuning in just to make sure tomorrow night if Anu Yagi is actually wearing the promise ring I gave her. She had a weird face when I handed it to her, so I don't think she'll be wearing it.
I
But
wonder why.
Maybe
I
lift it
pray she
up.
will. Can you
Actually,
pick that up?
I actually bought.
Poor Tony.
Look at this.
Aw,
It's
that's
red.
wonderful.
It's
bright
flaming red
red.
for a barbecue.
Fire engine.
There you
red.
go. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
We got. Did you get the mango barbecue sauce or
That's why they pay you the
who
big
got
bucks, right?
that? Because that stuff's tasty.
And we'll be back
We'll be back.
with more of the tub right after this.
Maybe.
Wish we had that.
I know.
It's Brad Friedman, your friendly investigative blogger, journalist, troublemaker, and muckraker from bradblog.com. And yes, the host of the Bradcast. Join me every night at 5 p.m. for investigative interviews with newsmakers and smart coverage of the day's news that you won't hear anywhere else. Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock, the Bradcast, right here on KAKU, the voice of Maui.
Do you or someone you love have an addiction problem? This is Dr. Chester at ponohealthcare.com. I'm a board-certified addiction specialist in Wailuku, Maui. Whether it's prescription painkillers, alcohol, or tobacco, addiction kills. In fact, addiction has become America's leading cause of accidental death. But there is hope. Addiction is a medical disease, not a moral failing. And with the right treatment program, it can be controlled. I'm Dr. Chester at ponohealthcare.com, 249-8887.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Killer Carol.
And Tony Midnight.
A Friday Night Friday. You catch us here on 88.5, the voice of Maui, KKU, 8 p.m. every Friday night.
Wow, dude, you're pretty awesome.
And
you can watch us on Channel 55, Wakaku Blue, at midnight on
what?
Friday.
Really?
Yes.
They can actually watch us?
They can watch us.
Sweet.
Awesome.
So keep along right here on KKU 88.5, the voice of Maui.
And we're back. Love that clarinet, baby, and now the trombone. All right, before we get to Kimo and his tragic story of life and death,
It's all about the whale.
Kimo has a favorite thing that we do on the tub. It is Michael McCartney's least favorite thing.
And thus my favorite thing.
Yes.
And because I made fun of it the first time, now I have to do the stupid thing every
Time. Every single time.
It's all your fault.
Just the headlines.
All right.
Oh,
so
wiki wah,
wiki wah wah,
this is
wiki
your-
wah.
Can we put a little more heart into it? Come on. It's my favorite segment.
Feeling.
And now
Nothing
here's
more than
Kimo's favorite
feeling.
segment. Michael McCartney and just the headline. Now remember, it's just the headlines. We have no idea what the story is.
Just the headlines.
All right.
Man, 30 years old, headbutted mother in face because she brought home Chick-fil-A for dinner, cops say. It's a very poorly written headline, by the
Yes,
way.
we'll talk about headlines during my segment.
Oh, we will.
Just the headlines. Ontario judge dismisses teen's lawsuit claiming school dashed her dreams of becoming an actress. Judge rules, nope, the problem is you did nothing to prepare yourself to become an actress.
There you go.
Another super long headline.
Very long
That
headline.
doesn't seem like a headline to me.
It is.
Are these like
These are
opening
real
lines?
headlines. They
Now,
are.
now here's a headline for you. Just the real headline. Rio Olympics bathroom sign bans fishing in toilets.
This is in Rio.
Yikes.
You can't fish in the toilets.
And McCartney questions why I like this.
Swordfish, come on.
Just the headlines. New Mexico mom gets drunk and selects 13-year-old grandson to be the designated driver.
Is that sick or
He
what?
got to drink a
no.
Sprite.
Yeah.
Just the headlines.
Yep.
Florida man ditches 5-year-old son who couldn't keep up during police chase. I need to read these ahead of time.
Yeah, a little.
Just a headline. Man with outstanding warrant mistakes cop car for taxi is arrested.
Yeah. He flags down a cop car. Hey, buddy. All right. Next. Yep.
how that played out, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
It's just the headline.
Just the headlines. Wiki-wah. Man's dueling obituaries: name, wife in one, and girlfriend in other.
Oops.
Yeah, I read those. Those are very fascinating.
Yes, that's a little sad, isn't
Yeah.
it? All right, go for it.
Just the headlines.
All right.
Outrage after woman simulates oral sex in erotic contest in front of child.
That's sick.
Wait, contest?
It was.
Oh, we won't even get into that.
Oh, please don't.
Okay.
All right.
And the longest headline, I can't believe we're going
This
to
is
waste.
really
This
long.
is long.
This is really long.
This must be from Uganda. Just the headlines. Uganda's morals police are investing $88,000 in a porn detection machine. Having nude photos of electronic devices in Uganda can land you in jail for up to 10 years. You hear that, Carl?
There you go, Carl. Stop it.
Erase the tapes, Carl.
Anyway,
Erase
it's
them.
the country's anti-pornography law, which Parliament passed in 2014, just 2 years ago, with an aim to stamp pornography out of the Ugandan society.
Wow.
Well,
That was just the headline, subhead, and first paragraph.
all right.
I think Larry really liked this story.
I did. I actually did.
How's your passport? Is it up to date? Have you
Mine
been to,
is.
Have
We
you been
just-
to Uganda lately?
We just got it, didn't we, Sweets?
Did.
We went to.
I know why he was asking that question, but the folks at home are like, that's just weird.
On my way to Uganda.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to interview
Chicago, right here on KAKU 88.5. Shaggy Jenkins is up next.
Not yet.
The show's not over? Oh, I'm sorry.
Not yet. Not yet. All right, so we have Kimo Nevius here as our special guest.
Taking your calls at 873-3535.
Now we
Nope.
No,
you-
3435.
You called 35.
No, call the other one.
Call the other one.
I
That'd
don't
be
wanna
great.
answer
Thank
that.
you so much.
We've had Kimo on many times, but this is the first time he's been a special guest. So we
special.
You
congratulate.
noticed that I dressed up for the occasion,
Yes,
too.
you did.
Yeah, because I was special.
He wore the proper colors. As you noticed, Maureen Borromeo said the special blue, the powder blue, is the official color
We
of the
need to
tub.
wear- we need
Powder
to-
blue and black, I guess.
We
so.
need to wear those shirts again.
Yes.
We look good in those. I haven't worn that since. Once you wear a shirt on TV, other than the Larry John one, you're afraid to wear it in public anywhere. They saw.
Well, when I grabbed this one on the way out the door, I'm like,
I love that
okay.
one.
Oh, 4 years ago I wore the. Okay, that was 4 years ago. I was sitting next
God,
to Trish.
I do the same
okay.
thing. Now, the way I do shirts, Kimo, we are going to have to preempt your interview.
I understand, because now we're talking about fashion. That's totally cool with me.
No, we're
It's
talking
like-
about his shirts. That's
Oh, shirts! I
nothing
thought
to do.
I heard something else, and we were
Nothing
talking about
fashion.
skid marks.
the way I do shirts, so I can remember what I wore last, is I have all of my shirts, and I got billions of shirts. That's a problem.
Billions of shirts.
Billions of billions. I got so many billion shirts. But Michael just buys me a lot of clothes that I don't want to wear. But I have to, I have to wear these shirts because I've only got.
Kimo?
Yeah.
You and me, hand me down.
Yeah, I know.
So but I have them in order. So there's an order to my shirts, other than the one that I wear here.
And he says I have OCD.
Yeah. No, I do. And as soon as I wear it, it goes to the back of the line. And it goes to the back of the line. It can't be pulled out again until it makes it to the front of the line.
So that pixelated shirt from last week's
I get
show next year?
Well, it's going to be at least 14, 15 weeks. Yeah,
Slash never.
before
yes.
I wear that again.
Next year. All right.
Anyway, Kimo, we are impressed with you.
Well, thank you.
Many reasons.
He had to look up the word impressed. Did you notice that? He had to pick up a piece of
He was
paper.
either looking that
Impressed.
up or chemo, so, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
What's your name again? Yeah. Okay.
For so many reasons.
It's Hawaiian for James.
And when I was bragging about you this morning on
My 100.7 FM.
Michael
Better music, better variety.
God, that's a great station. Anyway, when I was bragging about it, I said he's the most intelligent guy I've ever met. He's got great albums. I said you were recording at the premier recording studio on Maui,
I think that's true.
and that I have in my living room. No, but I said I said some pretty nice things about him. I really did, because he is very. Did you know that he's a certified genius?
Yes.
Certified. Now I'm close.
You're certified.
I'm gifted.
That's a whole nother
I'm
thing.
gifted, but I'm 2 points off.
Well, what's the difference? Did you do it in the 6th grade like I did? And they
Well,
said
the difference
you
is
got the high score.
I printed something at home that says "You're
Oh.
a genius," and I tacked it up on my wall, and so it must be true.
So a self-promoting genius.
I did it
learned
online,
from the best.
and I kept taking the test over and over again until I knew all the answers.
there you go.
All right, because I can remember anything for
2 hours.
2 hours, that's right. That's it. And then I can't
After
remember a
that,
thing.
gone.
But anyway, he is really a certified genius. And as such, he doesn't act like one, though. He doesn't rub it in your face, even though he like me, does not like people. Is that right?
I take the fifth.
You drink the fifth a lot, too.
Why, yes.
Yes, yes, he does.
Hey-o.
No, we're we like. Of course, we like. No, we don't. We don't like people that much. Okay, but
with some mango barbecue sauce.
Can I thread the needle here and say I really like the people I really like?
there you go.
Yeah,
See, that
good.
makes sense.
Very good.
That was it's spoken as a genius.
There you go.
Did you hear that?
I did.
So, but the smarter you get, at least it's been in my experience because I've fought this my whole life, being too smart for the room. When you enter the room, doesn't it make you mad, Kimo, to be the smartest guy in the room and know that you have to act like an idiot just to get along with the people?
Is that what that is? An act?
I believe it's you're talking about
From
self-delusion.
his wife.
So the smarter you are, the harder it is to get along with people.
But once you become really smart, I think then you can relate to all sorts of people because
Of course you
part
can.
of your smartness is being able to talk to everybody.
Part of your smartness is knowing their dumbness.
So, Larry, you
I
haven't
wouldn't
reached
put it
that level
way,
yet.
but that's okay.
What's that?
You haven't reached that level yet.
See, once you get to be as smart as me, Larry,
Good one.
See?
It's as smart as I. And stop it! I just told you were a genius,
Semantics,
and look, you proved to everybody.
You know, my seventh cousin, Bill Shakespeare, won't appreciate
Yes,
this.
that's right.
are you related to Shakespeare?
So
Excellent. I'm
this
descended
last
from
trip,
Charlemagne.
this last trip to New York City, yes,
Yeah, we know the
I'm
theme.
spreading the news. So
Liza Minnelli.
he lectures.
Robert
Did
De
you
Niro
see this on Facebook?
before Frank.
He lectures to a sold-out group of over 400 people who really.
And let's talk about the admission. Do you know how much it was?
It was exactly free.
There you go.
Well, you did have
And
to pay
worth
to go into
every
the museum.
penny, and worth every penny.
Yeah.
So, but you were.
It was a summer,
It was
and
a
there was air
sold-out.
conditioning involved.
But no. But think about this. It wouldn't matter if it were free or not. To sell out an auditorium is not an easy thing to do.
No.
Especially when you were talking about.
Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, that's actually the reason we sold out, because as you may or may not know, Alexander Hamilton is the founding father du jour, courtesy of a certain musical that is the hottest ticket, not just on Broadway right now, but the hottest ticket Broadway has ever had.
And that was actually
Right.
the people that filled the auditorium were spillover from the line.
That's
of
right. They
folks who
couldn't
get in.
couldn't get the $10.
So they thought, oh, this
this is as close as they can get to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
the guy in the hat. He's going to tell us something.
You think you're kidding,
But
but
you're not.
but in fact,
But-
the
but-
museum has been, so there's a lottery to go see Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
It's called
Oh, yeah.
Ham for Ham. It's if
Oh,
you
I
win.
didn't know that.
If you win, you pay just $10. The $10 bill being the one that has Alexander Hamilton. We can insert that right here, Carl. A picture of Alexander.
Yeah.
So
Now
they
he's
have been
producing the show.
They have been advertising that if you can show that you entered the lottery, but lost, you can get free admission to the museum.
Wow.
There you go.
That's cool.
Which is very cool because they are, I have to say, I love the New York Historical Society, the people that hosted us. And it's a lecture that I was giving with my lovely wife, Michelle.
Now,
And
Who's even
does
smarter than you.
Who is even smart? Oh,
She is
absolutely.
smarter than he.
That's for sure.
Yeah, there's
And,
no doubt. You said me, but it's he. So it's a matter of you were very interesting, evidently, right?
We were mildly interesting, but people seemed to really enjoy it.
Touche.
Well, so the auditorium was full of a lot of dumb people.
No, it was a good lecture. What I was going to say before I was so rudely interrupted by the host was that
Wow.
the New York
Not my
Historical
show.
Society was into Alexander Hamilton before he was a thing.
Oh, really?
He was their sort of signature founding father. He's a New Yorker.
Historical
They
is
do
kind of the
history.
key.
But, Alexander Hamilton languished in the backwaters of history for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And
don't
suddenly
know
this musical appeared, and everybody's like, Alexander Hamilton, he's the greatest. Well, I feel a great kinship with the New York Historical Society because Michelle and I wrote this book called Footprints in New York, and the very first chapter we wrote was about Alexander Hamilton. And when we were writing that chapter to be the New Yorker who exemplified the American Revolution, nobody cared about Alexander Hamilton. They were like, well, I was very afraid as our agent was sending this out to people, they'd be like, yeah, well, we're not going to publish this book because, no
Nobody
one's ever going to
cares.
care about Alexander
Yeah,
Hamilton, And then, boink, suddenly,
And boink?
boink.
Wow.
That's a different musical.
Well, actually, there's a lot of that actually in Hamilton the musical. I highly recommend you spend the $13,000 and go see.
It's about what it costs to get to
When Lin-Manuel Miranda was having his final performance in the title role, the guy who wrote it, tickets on StubHub were going for $13,000 to see him.
Wow.
So you've created a hit when you can get $13,000 on the secondary market.
Wow.
Gracious.
Okay, so you get up, you start talking about Hamilton,
Correct. It was a slideshow.
and people nobody was snoring. They were really excited.
Can we call him Alex?
Can
we personalize it a little bit?
Can we just call it
Yeah,
Al?
Yeah.
Hey, Al.
So you're talking about Al.
So
A.
you're talking about
Just
Al.
A.
Okay.
A ham.
Hey.
So no one was. There was no snoozing. And I do that Dale Carnegie
How did
thing.
you? Yeah. Oh, what is that? Because
He imagines everybody naked.
No, I don't do that. You pick. You cast your eye across the audience and you find people who appear to be genuinely interested.
Yeah.
And
You
you
talk
then
to them.
talk to them for the rest
Right,
of the night. So
absolutely.
you pick someone over here who looks interested and someone in the middle and maybe someone up in the balcony. And that way you're not just staring into space.
So does the switching happen like this? You're looking at me. I'm an audience member. I look interested, and then suddenly.
He starts texting. It's a radio show, you know.
It's also on TV.
I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm actually out of sight while I'm doing. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, it's not me doing it. Never mind. So anyway, I try not to text while I'm giving my talk.
I mean, like, tell us a fact. Not a whole lot, because
you don't interested in that, right?
I'm not interested at all. But tell us a fact that you might have mentioned that people would have gone, whoa.
Bet you didn't know.
Yeah.
This is a nice segue.
Bet you didn't know.
Well, a lot of people have come to Alexander Hamilton through this musical. The musical, for the purposes of drama, moves a lot of the stuff, compresses the time, moves the action to New York City, makes everything happen. So when I pointed out during this talk that Alexander Hamilton's great affair, which derailed his political career, actually happened in Philadelphia, there were a lot of people who were like, no. Their eyes were open, the scales fell, and they were like,
no.
I find it very interesting that people are learning history and are getting into history through drama, and then are waking up to the fact
actors, man, they just
waking
ruin
up to the
everything.
fact that maybe the drama isn't the actual history. It's like watching JFK and going, I know everything about President Kennedy now, and then you start to explore and you're like, maybe that's
Mainly
not
after
how it
watching
actually
JFK,
happened.
I just feel a sense of paranoia when the
Yeah,
film's
well, I do
over,
too.
regardless.
Okay, anything else you want to say about your popularity as a world-renowned, international renowned author? Anything else you want to add? Because you write for The Guardian. I mentioned this morning on the show. The Guardian, The Post, and anybody else who will pay you.
Correct, exactly right. I'm very proud. I had a story come out earlier this week on a website called Curbed. So it's an online-only magazine, but very nationally renowned, about the neighborhoods that were in Lower Manhattan before the World Trade Center got built. So first of all, there was a neighborhood called Little Syria, and then there was a neighborhood called Radio Row.
I'd like that.
Yeah,
I knew you would.
Yeah.
And Radio Row is fascinating. I wish I could have actually gotten more into it, but it was.
I wish I knew anything about it.
The story was already too long by the time I got to Radio Row, and I'm kind of like, okay, and the end.
See.
But that story has gotten a lot of play.
You know what
this
I
last
like?
week, and
when
I'm
you
very
come
proud
over
of
to
that.
record, my favorite part of you coming over after you've written one of these really incredible articles, okay, is that now he is looking at people who are criticizing him.
I get a lot of hate mail.
They hate him. It's not like, well, I don't really like this. You're an idiot. You're a stupid fool. I mean, they come out like that.
They do, and you just have to ignore it after a while because it is. Well, first of all, when I write pieces for The Guardian, they want buttons to be pushed. And
Boy,
to get back to my earlier, I mentioned we should talk about just the headlines. I don't write my own headlines.
I know you
So an
don't.
editor, and this is true of everybody, you write a story, you give it to your editor passes it along, it goes up the pipe, and it comes out, and there's a headline that may or may not encapsulate the subtleties of the article, but it's going to get people to click.
It's for the
and open
attention,
it.
right? It's
Correct.
for attention, right?
But what I have discovered is that many people read the headline and then jump down to the comments and go, I can't believe that you said that.
Oh, man, they're brutal. Have you read them?
You'd be perfect
they're
for
terrible.
Kimmel. You could be one of the celebrities who reads his own, nasty tweets.
What I would love is for there to be something installed on a website that you have to have been on the page for a certain number of seconds
Before you can read it.
before you can comment. Because if you're forced to just hang out,
Yeah.
you might actually start reading the article, but that doesn't allow you to go, that headline, I can't believe it.
I hate this guy.
And you know that it happens because sometimes I find that the headlines almost contradict what the article says.
I see that
And
a
so
lot.
if people are only commenting on that, I can't believe,
Yeah.
you know that they have not read a single word
But you
that I wrote.
enjoy writing as much as anything, right?
I do. I
Yeah,
love writing.
That's what he does.
It's because, I can't just research. I love research.
All right, so
That's
then
true.
this is what we're going to do. I got $20 in the car. Your assignment is to write about
car.
Radio Row
Okay.
next week. We'll post it on
I
the
will-
Tub website.
I will
Yeah.
give you the $20 version of Radio Row.
There you
One
go.
paragraph.
How
I've
many
got-
words
I
is
got
for
2
$20?
sentences for you right now, buddy.
First of all, I don't want him on the show next week, so
there.
forget about
Or
it.
perhaps ever again after this.
Well, I am always hard up for low life, but it's
Whoa.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
No, go on.
Actually, I said that about you this morning on that interview. When you said, hey, could I drop in and be on the show? I said, sure. I'm always letting low life on our show.
No, it's
you know?
about the hard.
It was the hard up part. That
Oh,
he
I said hard up? Well,
Did
you're,
he say hard up, Carl?
Can you rerun that, Pearl?
we can only hope. Okay,
Okay,
so
can you
and
insert
that's
here?
enough.
Sorry.
That's enough.
Pixelate this.
Can we talk about music now?
Here's what we're going to no, we can't.
No.
We are going to take another break.
Another
Then
break.
we're going to
Does that mean I can go find out if there's any coffee?
This is
Do
why
anything you
Larry
want.
said don't book anybody else.
and then we're going to come back and talk to about your musical career,
That's awesome.
which we hope gets better and better as time goes on.
It can't get any worse.
All right.
Musical historian.
We'll be back after this.
Maui's musical storytelling.
Wow, what a return to the broadcast slammer.
It's all in being tight, man. It's a tight show.
I know.
It should have been
down to the second.
Tub Tiger.
All right. Well, I had to take that out, so to speak, to be able to do
Kind of
this
like the
next-
calendar method we were talking about last week,
There you
right?
go. Didn't work for me.
All right,
Not for me either.
boys and girls. Wow, Michael.
I wouldn't even cap it.
So now we get back to the Kimo again, Kimo Nevius.
I like the chemo. That's kind of good.
the Kimo. You know you have arrived when you're a first name.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
I saw the chemo last week
Yeah?
sitting in the same row as Madge. You were in the Madonna row.
I was in the Madonna row.
You-
She didn't show up, and so there were 5 extra seats.
Oh, is that
So, hey, chemo, let's move up.
Let's go move into Madge's seats.
Wow. All right, so let's talk about your music now. You are making a new CD,
I am.
and
I'd still call it a record, but that just goes with my personality.
You see,
Your
this
age.
is
You have-
making a CD.
you have a personality.
You just burn it on your computer.
All right, so regardless, we digress. So anyway, you're making it, and of course, I've heard every song on there
More
many,
times,
many, many,
more
many
times
times.
than any human
Yeah,
should.
because
have to hear
every
them.
single week that you come over, we just change it all. We change the whole CD.
That's
don't we?
correct. That's basically correct.
Oh, what
No, I thought that was the buzz that I'm hearing.
Oh
but-
no, it's this thing here.
Okay.
All right, so you do you have a name for the CD yet? A record.
Yes, it is. You can call it either one. It's called "Rolling Down to Old Maui."
Rolling Down.
Rolling down
Now,
old Maui.
I've been trying to work as an ad man. I've been trying to work with Kimo because he doesn't have positioning. He doesn't have branding. And so I said, you need branding if you're going to do this, or you're just another stupid musician. You know, so you gotta be stand out in the crowd.
Yeah, but when you get poked with that thing and it's on fire.
Hurts, you know? It leaves a mark.
So I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Branding.
What
It's
kind
a
of ranch
it's a
do you have back
terrible,
in
terrible
Arizona?
joke. Don't listen. Can you turn their microphones off?
Please.
We'll make up for it. She'll tase me again.
Yeah, I
Towards the
brought
end
it
of the
with
show.
me today. Yeah.
So anyway, he
Our
doesn't.
anniversary.
He has no brand. No, Kimo has
think-
no brand. He has good music,
But
he
that
has
was
no
past tense. Now I do.
brand. He does. He's Maui's musical storyteller.
Correct.
Now, who came up with
That's
that?
what he said on the radio
I think
today on my 100.7 FM.
I think
I
the
did.
guy who was engineering my album came. I'm not 100% sure.
You better be sure it was me.
Well, it could have been Michael.
Because what he does is he tells it wasn't. What he does is he tells stories
Yes, he
in his music
Yes, he does.
about things that happened here on Maui. And I
Once
love
upon
that.
a time.
Not once upon a time. These are true stories. True
Once upon a
stories.
time.
He's an historian.
Way back.
Way
Okay.
back when. How do you want it phrased, Larry?
We're not going to have that
It's
argument.
not contemporary.
ago.
I see your point of view. I see you. Days of yore.
There you go.
Ye olden days.
Yes, but these are really true stories of Maui. Now, but he doesn't build that up. He just releases a CD. I guess no, you got to tell the story of Maui and then sing about it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have him tell a story about. Is this the song we're going to tell the story about? I hope.
I hope so. There's only one song on that CD.
Well, then I hope it's that one. Okay.
So I hope it plays, or else we're just gonna hum.
well,
just hum
it,
along.
It may not play, so we just have to.
We'll just find out.
So
I'm just
tell-
happy we're not going to hear tell them a story.
stop.
tell 'em-"
I have that, you know.
No.
All right, so tell us the story about what this song's going
So
to.
this song is called "The Other Side of the World."
Okay.
And it's about Captain James Cook. So if you know anything about Hawaiian history, which I'm going to assume you don't,
No, just assume I don't, because I don't. All right.
Captain Cook was the first haole explorer to wash ashore in Hawaii. So he's one of the great British explorers from the age of exploration, which is to say the 18th century.
This is when Larry was a teenager.
Exactly, when you were just a wee one.
Old as dirt. Larry.
Chasing
And
chicks.
he went on 3 voyages. The first one in the 1760s to map the transit of Venus. The second one was like, oh, that was great. We want you to go explore more unknown territory.
Yeah.
We used to call these people discoverers.
Is he getting paid for this?
He is.
He's getting paid. Okay.
He is part of the Royal Navy. He's a captain in the Royal Navy.
Gotcha.
He's being paid for this. So trip number 2 is like, well, trip number 1 is great. You found out all this stuff. Trip number 2, go discover more things. And, we're enlightened 21st century people, so we don't talk about it in terms of discovery anymore because, for example, there were lots of people already living in Hawaii when Cook discovered it. But he was the first Westerner to lay eyes on
Who ran across it?
Exactly. Who explored it for king and country. And on voyage number 3, he dies in 3 inches of water in Kealakekua Bay on the big island of Hawaii because he was welcomed as a savior, as a manifestation of the god Lono. We're not 100% sure how the Hawaiians saw him when he first arrived.
But not when he got back.
But things soured. Relations soured.
Didn't they put ropes on all of his arms and legs and pull him apart like that?
They may well have. They
Well,
used
I
his.
don't
They
know.
they they
That's
they,
what I heard.
they took his bones and buried them because there was so much mana power in his bones after he was dead. But the reason he drowned in it might have been a foot of water is like most people in the Royal Navy of that era. He did not know how to swim.
Really?
And most naval officers and crew had no idea what to do if a boat went. They just glug, glug, glug. That was it for them.
Yeah.
Life jackets.
So, yes, he was being restrained. Yes, he was being stabbed. Yes, he was being attacked. But the fact that he drowned in a very shallow
Yeah.
area goes to the fact that he
He didn't know to stand up.
Exactly. So,
Hey,
all of
buddy,
that is
stand up!
there's your deep background. But the reason I wrote this song
Yeah.
is that he was married to a woman named Elizabeth. He had many children at home.
Oh, really?
And yet he was constantly going off on these voyages, which, it's not like hop on a boat and, whoo, you're in Tahiti. These were years, each one.
Yeah.
And what was it like for Elizabeth to be married to this guy who was internationally famous and was, one of the
But
held
never
up-
at home.
But never at home.
Never
Like,
at
on
home.
his second voyage, he left 5 days after the birth of his son George.
Wow.
So George, hi, well, gotta go.
Good to see you.
And I can't remember if it was George or one of the other children, one of the many children he had. So this is a personal note, and I'm saying this for the first time. People I grew up with don't even know this.
Yeah.
My niece is a descendant of Captain Cook.
Really?
And because of the deep stuff he was talking about
Yeah,
earlier,
3 foot.
that's why we never talk about it.
All the hush hush.
There you go.
I thought I was the black sheep of the family.
Yeah.
Take a
Okay,
number.
so now this song we're about to hear, maybe, because we haven't
Yeah,
really
exactly.
tried this.
So this song is Captain Cook talking
To his
in
wife.
a letter
Yeah.
that he has left behind for his wife.
All right. Well, we'll give this a go and see what happens. Here we go. It's gonna work.
Kimo Nevius on Larry John in the Tub. KAKU 88.5 FM.
Take this letter, please, my dear. Read it when I am far from here. We ride in the morning on the tide, with God and country on our side. Oh, I am bound for the other side of the world, off the map to points unknown. Yes, I am bound for the other side of the world. Can't say for sure when I'll be home. Being a captain's wife is hard, I know. I'm barely here to watch the children grow. You ask, what is it I'm trying to find? If I only knew, would it ease your troubled mind? Oh, I am bound for the other side of the world, off the map to points unknown. Yes, I am bound for the other side of the world. Can't say for sure I'm coming home. Reef the topsail and furl the main. Have the watch wake me at midnight if we ever spy land again. North from Tahiti, south from Ketchikan, I'm beginning to long for dry land. This will be my final letter, dear. I don't think the locals want us here. They thought we were heaven sent. I'm beginning to think we misread their intent. Oh, I am bound for the other side of the world, off the map to points unknown. Yes, I am bound for the other side of the world. Don't think I'm ever coming home, but I'll keep you in my heart where I roam.
Wow. Kimo Nevius.
Wow. Other side of the world.
That was
that was good.
The harmonies. If anybody was listening in their car and they had great stereo, like,
yeah.
Wow, you did a great job.
That really brought the energy of the tub clear down, though, didn't it?
I know.
Really?
Well, I'm here. I was gonna.
Yeah.
Play the song that kicks off the second side of the record.
Yeah.
Which is a song called Hey Ho.
That's a good one.
And I got home and I listened to the mix that we made the other day, and I had accidentally left just the hand claps on. Oh. And so I have a 4-minute and track that is just.
There's an inside story to this.
Oh my God! And so literally, that is all that the track is silence, and then
wow. So what the radio audience doesn't know, the whole reason I'm even on this show today is that we were going to talk about my debut on the album.
McCartney actually came over to my house when we were recording that just to do the hand claps.
Because that's what I'm. And all my friends call me in to do their albums, to do hand claps and knee slaps.
We got to hurry. I congratulate you. Nice sound.
Can I just say, folks, that the URL is www.kimosongs.com, and you can stream that version of that song right now, and it's only going to be up for a limited period of time because I'm going to completely redo it.
With or without hand.
But that version is on the website right now. So go to kimosongs.com.
I ask everybody to be prepared to tell just a small story in our today's topic, about their relationship with their dad. Now, this is going to have to be fast.
Can do.
So I may not get to everybody, but I'm going to start with Kimo because I'm fascinated with you.
I started as a reader. The reason I know so much stuff is I started as a reader at a very young age because I grew up in a house that was literally surrounded by books, hundreds, thousands of books, because my father was such a reader. He was the guy who would go to the library and come home with 24 books that he needed to read between then and 3 weeks later when they were due. And so if I owe my knowledge to anybody, it's him.
And your dad was a preacher man.
Correct.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
That's fine with me.
You didn't care?
Yeah,
All right.
you know.
Sweet.
But he was a reader man. To me, he was a reader man.
Sweet, you got a story about your dad and your relationship there. All right.
My dad was a peculiar guy, and being nude was no big deal to him.
Yeah?
So he'd walk around the house.
Naked?
Oh,
my God.
I think that's where I got it from. So he comes out of the bathroom.
Because you do that, don't you?
I do.
He's naked right now. Oh, we're on TV. Never mind.
So if you said his mother lived with us, and it's like, Joseph, put some clothes on, and he called it a whirly, and he just kind of do his thing in the hallway.
With his whirly.
Yeah, his whirly.
Oh, my God.
Okay, good. That was more than I needed to see, but thank you.
Well, that's a good one. Okay, McCartney, what do you got with your relationship?
Well, like the PK over here, my dad was also a hardcore reader, and so there were literally thousands of books. And I remember he gave me a Snoopy book when I was 3.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to know what Snoopy was thinking above his head. What is going on in those balloons? And so that's how he got me to read. And I've been a reader ever since. And it has nothing to do with my favorite moment, which I've talked about until before Halloween, when my dad, instead of candy, would put in kittens because we had a cat that just gave birth. And we'd hear the people out in the street, the kid crying, "That's not funny, Mr. McCartney."
Your dad was incredible, though. He was a real driver. But you said he worked really hard, but he knew how to play, too.
And Maui has to thank them for
Cable.
their addiction to television.
Exactly.
Because it did not exist until my dad made it happen.
Exactly right. Well, we don't have time for our stories. Ain't that great?
How handy.
Tell us about your mom, Larry.
No.
Yeah, Larry.
Sweet says, so you're going to cry this time? I said,
I hear
no.
she was a lovely lady.
Want to thank Michael McCartney, Sweet Mama Dee, Michael John, and, of course, Kimo Nevius.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, internationally
Always a pleasure.
renowned. Yes.
Thank you.
For being on the show. We got the Shaggy Jenkins show up next. And
Says Shaggy about his mom.
we'll be back next Friday at the same time, 11 a.m. Say it.
Oh, what else? What can I say? But peace out, homies. And Larry almost made me cry asking me about my dad the other day.
All right.
Catch you next week.